A lot of happy Syracuse fans, I can tell you that, and alums, and certainly a lot of people here in the capital region. But Syracuse is in the NCAA tournament. The head coach is Jim Boeheim, and he joins us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 at Team ESPN Radio. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Congrats. I
saw. Yeah, it was close, but last year we were one out, and this year we're right in. So it was obviously tough times when you're hanging around waiting to see if you just get in or just are out. But, we're happy, obviously, to be in, and I thought we had a chance. The difference this year, our strength of schedule was much better non-conference. The committee does take that into account. We probably had the highest non-conference strength of schedule we've ever had at 18. Our overall strength of schedule was like 16. We didn't win on the road last year. We had some great wins at home, but we didn't win on the road. We won at Louisville and at Miami this year, so I think that helped us. The new system, we had 4 quadrant wins. Some other teams that were close to us didn't have that, or they didn't have strength of schedule. So I think the combination of all those things just got us in the tournament, and we're happy to be there.
No doubt. It looked like you're happy to be there. I loved the video and the celebration. I mean, when was the last time you've had that kind of – because normally, most years, not every year, but most years, you're in. You're in.
Well, we had about 30 years where we're in, and then the last 3, we've been on the bubble all the way and got in twice and didn't get in once. But, it's been a routine lately. We're not quite as strong as we would like to be, and we don't have as many scholarship players. Next year will be the first year that we'll have more than 8, 9 scholarship players probably in a long time. And, when you get down to 7 this year, no question that hurts you a little bit. We're fortunate that our top players, our starters, all stayed healthy for the entire year. We couldn't afford another injury, so we survived.
Coach Chris Honorato here with Roger as well, and I listened to your press conference last night after you got in, and you talked about the system in which they were revealing alphabetically, and when you didn't see Louisville's name pop up and you didn't see Notre Dame's name pop up, you started to feel better about your chances. Were you surprised that neither of those 2 teams got in?
Yeah, a little bit. If you look at what the committee said, Notre Dame's RPI was 70, ours was 44.5. Their non-conference strength of schedule was 170, and ours was 18. That was clearly the difference because they beat us head-to-head. But we also beat Louisville head-to-head, and Louisville beat Notre Dame head-to-head on the road. So it was kind of a triangle there. Louisville, I thought, would get in, but they didn't have as many quadrant 1 wins either, and their strength of schedule non-conference wasn't great. So, it was really close, and obviously if Davidson hadn't won, Notre Dame would have been in the tournament.
How about the matchup now with Arizona State? How do you match up with this team?
Well, they at one time were in the top 4 in the country and deserved to be there. And, even though they struggled a little bit during the conference season, they lost close games. I expect to see the team that was in the top 4 in the country when we play them on Wednesday. They're a really good veteran team, a lot of guys that can shoot, great guard play, a great coach. This will be a tremendous challenge for us.
Well, I told one thing about your team, and Will Brown was just in Albany men's basketball coach, and he said, for you guys, it's not easy in a short period of time to prepare for the way you can play defense. You agree with that?
Well, I hope so. We'll find out. I know Will and Albany had a great year this year. Watching their results, they did a lot of great things this year. But, I hope so. But you never know. We've had some teams attack us very well, and other teams have not. You never know for sure until you get into the game.
Of course, we are joined by Jim Boeheim, Syracuse head coach. Coach, what is the challenge of, and you've had to do this before, what is the challenge of having to go to Dayton and playing before Thursday when a lot of teams, programs, coaches are accustomed to, quote, starting in the NCAA tournament?
Well, the good thing, unfortunately for us, is we lost early in the ACC tournament, so we didn't play Saturday or Friday. We've been off, so we've had more than enough rest, which we needed. We played 6 games in the last, 4 games in the last 10 days or something, or 5 actually. So we needed the rest. Wednesday is fine. We'll be well rested and prepared to play Wednesday.
Offensively, that's the challenge, right? With your team this year. I mean, defensively, I think you're rock solid. It's making perimeter shots and shooting the ball well for your team to win.
Yeah, we've actually in the league we've shot fairly well from the 3-point line. We haven't shot very well from the 2-point line. That's what's hurt us. We just haven't gotten many easy baskets, and the games that we did get some other guys scoring, those are the games we won. So we've got 3 guys that are very consistent in terms of our offense. We've got to get another guy or 2 to be able to contribute on the offensive end, and then I think we have a chance against anybody we play.
Well, I know one thing, Coach. Your daughter's team, Jamesville DeWitt, came over here over the weekend and played Averill Park. I know you were in the house for it, and I think Jamie Boeheim had 4 points. I know one of those buckets ended up on News Channel 13, so she got some local pub here in the 5-1.
Well, she's had a good year. That was one of her worst offensive games, but she's a really good defensive player, and they have a really good team. Averill Park's got a really good team. I think Jamesville DeWitt just kind of jump early and made some threes early, because after that it was a pretty even game. But JD's won a couple state championships. They've got a lot of confidence, and they got a great coach. So it's fun watching them play, and hopefully they'll continue on and do well in the tournament.
Coach, do you get to watch games when you're out to watch either your sons or daughters play? Do you get to actually sit there and watch games, or are people constantly coming up to you to say hello, to talk basketball?
No, I talk to them before the game and after the game at halftime. During the game, I stare at the court, so they don't come near me. But I took a lot of pictures in Albany the other day, but that's fine. I'm happy. If people don't want your picture, that's when you're in trouble.
That's it. Yeah, no, I hear you. And hey, listen, and you and I both know there's a lot of Syracuse alum here in the Capital Region.
Well, we have great fans there. When we played in Albany, one of the reasons we got to the Final Four, we had the whole building. Everybody in that building was for us, and it was a great home court for us. We really appreciated it.
Well, Coach, thank you for a few minutes here this morning, and good luck against Arizona State.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.